Hello there, Ddraig here, and this is just a bonus video. I'm currently working on a bit of an update to my Mousillon overview, and because as somebody put in my comment section that we've had an update to it, added a few more characters. So I thought I'll do an update to that, and while I'm at it, I'll try to get into skill trees. So I'm just playing through a campaign, trying to get to some of the skill trees. But in the meantime, I came across a bit of a massive battle quite early on. So I thought I'd put it on my channel just to share it with you. So, saying that, we're going to have, so it's obviously me and Mousillon against Bretonia. It's about turn 40-ish, 45, give or take. And I thought, just for take you through what happened. So, a bit of a backstory, like I said, 45. I've only got two, I've only got the Mousillon province. And so I've only got two actual settlements. And Bretonia have been quite aggressive towards me, especially Yeon here. Mr. Yeon Kerr. He's very aggressive. It's about the second time he's had a go. But this time he brought in quite a substantial force. Now, that's his main army that's straight ahead of us. And I believe his second army comes in straight soon after. And also, I just want to point out that this is actually using the Boyz mod. So if you're looking at the stats and you think, that's different to what I remember seeing it on his overview video for Mousillon, that's the reason. I like playing through campaigns with a mod. The video experience is really good, but I just prefer another mod, usually an Overhaul mod, either Radius or SFO, or in this case Boyz. So just so you know. And of course, as you can see, it works perfectly with this mod. And it's also got the Mixu mods, obviously. So it's got Mixu Mousillon and it's got all the Mixu's legendary lords, various mods, which appears in my other videos. Okay, let's get this on the road anyway. Enough of this talk. So you see in the top left hand corner, I've got two more armies coming in. This is my main army. Sadly, the Red Duke died in a previous engagement, which I tried to push to get another province, and he got annihilated, unfortunately. So this is my main one, so we can go for that while the game goes in a bit. Now the video's going to be slowed down because this is a big battle. I have roughly 3,000 troops and the computer has about 2,000, so just so you know, this is not going to be a smooth replay. So starting from here, we've got a couple of units of Black Knights. I need more cavalry, to be honest. Front lines of zombies. Some standard skeletons, skeleton warriors, skeleton spearmen, skeleton spearmen. Some peasant bowmen, because of that everything that Mousillon brings to me. Some crypt horrors for a bit extra damage. And that is my main army. And as you can see, it's not a elite army by any stretch of the imagination. It's a pretty average army. So let's have a look at my other army, which I'm slowly coming in on this side. So this is your standard. I think I had two armies made. I was trying to push to UNA, I think. And so I was trying to build two big strong stacks, and then Mr. Yeon decided to say, you're not having that. We'll sort this out. So I'm pushing. This is quite a small army. There's zombies. I'll come back to it after. Skeleton warriors, spearmen, always handy against Bretonia. Some more archers, and the necromancers down here. And over here we've got my garrison. So this is near, I can't remember the fact, one of my settlements. And this is quite an elite. This is my only elite army I have available, really. Well, garrison, because this is mainly Graveguard. Grave's got great weapons, Graveguard, pretty much all Graveguard. Where's the sword down? That's a big sword down. There we go. That's better. You can't say I didn't warn you. So this is mainly Graveguard units. And a Vampire of Death. As you can tell, vampires are very strong because of the whole Boyz. So that's my thing. So we got reinforcements coming from the back here. Let's actually do that. Let's make life easier. So we got reinforcements coming up here. We got my main army here. This is going to be my backbone of my army. Hopefully, going to get pushed these up quickly. And then we've got my secondary army here. So let's see what I'm up against. I got a cavalry. Bretonia, unsurprisingly, I've got a cavalry. And so we got some Bretonian Crescent Knights and some Mounted Yeomen. We have not much me infantry. We got quite a lot of Mixu infantry though. So we got peasant bowmen, spearman arms, more peasant bowmen, some halberds there, I believe. Not one armed pole arms. I apologise. Some moments of infantry. There's actually more me infantry than I thought. Remember, I've only played this one recently as well. Men at armed pole arms. More cavalry at the back. Not Knights of the Realm. We got. I think we had Knights Errant. Some more archers. And Knights Errant again. Spearman shields. Knights Errant. More. There's maybe Knights of the Realm. No, there's no Grail Knights if memory serves. There may be one somewhere. Got a couple of Paladins. Got a Yord. And we got another Paladin there. So we've got a lot of heat. I haven't got anything against anti-heroes, unfortunately. As you can proudly up as front. So that's our two armies. So let's go show on the road. Show on the road? You know what I mean. So all I wanted to do is to create a bit of a front line here. As you can see, this is going to really hammer my computer, especially recording it at the same time. So I was bringing all these units up. Excellent! I can press the space so you can see where they were going. So I was going to bring all the Graveguard units here, just to get into the front line. Now, as you can see, they were pushing quite heavily forward, and they split off slightly. And I was kind of worried. I wasn't massively worried about this flank. As you can see, I set up my army now, and I put two spearmen up there by mistake. To be honest, I was supposed to put one either side, which turned out to be quite handy in the end, which we'll come to in a bit. So this is just mainly a chaff. It's pretty much old chaff, really. It's just to slow them down if they went that way. But as you can see, the king here is trying to lure me out a bit, and I was not going down there in a million years. It was just, as you can see the amount of units there. That is a lot of units to cope with. As I guess I might have paused quite a bit during this fight, because 40 odd units to control, it's not much fun. And they sneaked in here. So there's the battle started. And I wasn't actually concentrating because I was still moving my troops around, and I didn't realise how big a flank they had over here. They put a yard of the cavalry over this left hand side. Well, I've only got two cavalry, these Black Knights, so I pulled them out and pulled them back in. Did massive damage in the Knights Errant, and I pushed through some skeleton spearmen, and I believe I pushed on the crypt towers as well. I've never sorted out. Apologies for that, but not much we can do about it. And I managed to get most of my troops on the right hand side in place. I think it was a feint by the Knights of the Realm here. Or did they actually? Yeah, they actually went for it. They have my character's brace, which is annoying, but it wasn't too bad. Didn't get much damage. So the idea was to get rid of the cavalry as much as possible, or at least shut them down. And as you can see, they really heavily went down to the left. So I pulled all my units over here. I hammered down. Let's just slow this down a bit so I can tell you what's going on. So I brought those crypt towers in. I still got those Black Knights. Unfortunately, I couldn't escape one, so they're pretty much stuck now. They're stuck between some more spearmen and some men-at-arms pole arms are coming in. So this is all stuck. So I was healing this area like mad from my Master Necromancer. I wanted to really summon some units to help, sort of mess up the cavalry, so I could actually hold them in place and get some of my damage dealers at the crypt towers to do something. But of course, I was at maximum cap space for this battle, so I couldn't do that. So let's have a quick look at what's going on down here. I'm going to have to slow down quite a bit because there's a lot of things going on here. And I love these battles, but fair dues, they're kind of stressful. I'm on hard difficulty, by the way, as always. I always play hard and hard. And so we've got one of the Paladins locked down. So I've got a perfect unit for it. Men-at-arms pole arms. I've got two there. And also still digging into these. And my spearmen over here as well. So things were going okay on the right hand side. And of course I got all the Graveguard here. Now, as soon as I found out what was going on, I started to move my Graveguard over. And so I switched my units over a bit more to help secure this flank. I did not... If this flank collapsed, I was in a whole world of trouble. Because my peasant bowmen, well, I'm not racking up the kills at the moment. They start to, get the odd kill now and again. Let's play on for a bit. Now my meat shield, which held surprisingly well during this fight. So crypt towers, nice charge and do some massive damage. Crypt towers and Boyz got nice 90 damage, good charge bonus as well. So always getting footing in. There's one of my heroes going down. and tons of arrows coming in from the cavalry, from the peasant bowmen at the back. Nothing I can do about that. All my cavalry units were knocked down. I couldn't find a way to push any of my units down. Let's slow it down again, because again it's getting a bit frisky. So let's do the old tab. And so far, my iron is pretty much holding pretty much okay. Struggling this side a bit for obvious reasons, because as you see, it's a heavy right flank on their side. So let's jump to the sub battle, which is going on the other side. Let's just quick play for a bit. This was quite easy. They didn't commit many units to this side, and I wanted to try to defeat this battle without calling any of my own reinforcements. I wanted to get them down, and not because I had some more garrison units coming in as well, just to plug up any holes if I use a unit. Didn't want to use them if possible, just in case they decided to re-attack. So with this said, I was quite confident this would hold. Of course, we got a few units getting in the back, one cavalry getting in the back, which is never good. But I wasn't too bothered. I didn't really focus this that much. If they all died, it wasn't that much of a problem. It'd be irritating, but it wasn't that much of a problem. So let's slow down again. So how are we doing at the flank here? So I've got numerous units engaged here. I've got some extra peasant bowmen. Just take pot shots. I'll be taking pot shots of the cavalry at the moment. And let's have a look down this side. So I was slowly starting to grind them down. A classic undead technique, as I'm sure you do yourselves. Tons of heals going down. As far as I can remember, they didn't have actually any magic whatsoever, Bretonia. They had a few paladins. Paladins are quite powerful. But no AoE damage, which probably would have saved me from actually using this quite badly, to be honest. Because, like I said before, I only had chaff units, apart from that Graveguard garrison. And so my idea was, let's get back to the fight. So we had a massive unit here. And unfortunately, me saying I had no AoE, they had no AoE, neither did I. My Necromancer was quite, only about the 3 or 4. So I didn't even have Winds of Death, which would have been so handy down here. But save V, old fashioned way. Get your old swords in the ads, that's the main thing we got to do. So we got quite a bit of a pocket of resistance. I'll speed up again. Sorry if I keep pausing, slowing it down, but as you can see, I'm trying to cover as much of the battlefield as I can. So I drew the Crypt Towers back out, ready for another charge, because like I said, that charge is quite nice. Actually, the reason that charge was so strong before was because I've got, there you are, as if by magic, I have the Van Eyck's Dance Macabre, giving them a bit of extra power, a bit of extra speed, a bit of extra damage, and immediate attack. And I was slowly getting grind down with my cavalry, unfortunately. Not too bad, because as you can see, this flank is now weakened quite considerably since we struck it. Still got some peasant bowmen, mounted down with archers. But there's nothing I can do really to catch them, which is annoying. I brought some Graveguard up, and I think that just basically soaked up all the damage from these units. Because as you can see, it's getting pelted by the Graveguard, pelted by the pox owls. Excuse me. So far, I was really happy. I was thinking, at the start, I was thinking, I should win it. I don't see why I shouldn't, but you never know. Couple of one quicks here. You missed something. Like I missed some Knights of the Realm at the back here. Just drawing like one unit of Pox Owl Peasant Bowman. So they're going to push up forward. I had a Paladin at my back, which is never nice. And we've got many units here starting to disintegrate. So this is where the problems are starting to occur. Now, if memory serves, by now I was starting to close this flank, which I am here, as you can see. The Graveguard was starting to finish off these weaker Bretonia units. And I'm starting to break the flank so I can actually stop cutting back in. And to be fair, the slowdown has not been as bad as I thought it would. So that's really how many get out. They're not doing much, but they're peppering them. That's all I need them to do, pepper them. They're never going to get massive amount of kills. But most of their units are based on cavalry. You get the odd ones here and there. And as you can see, my warriors are worrying. And of course, if you remember from if you see my unit overview video, you know that these are actually mutants. So they're not undead. They don't crumble. They hang around the fight, they free, and then come back again. So I managed to remember to bring these back in, and now my reinforcements are coming up. So we're 7 minutes into this battle already. So like I said, it is a monster. And my other flank here is starting to be cleared up. I didn't focus much on this. And the reason is, it wasn't that interesting really. I was pretty confident I could beat it. It was a classic grind fight. I just had him doing the odd heal very rarely because I wanted to focus all the healing on my main site. So now, back over here, you can see tide is changing for Mousillon. Starting to collapse on all sides. I managed to get some more Grave Guard into the middle. The peasant bowmen are now flung into charge because they've run out of ammo, presumably. I hope they've run out of ammo. Well, that's really bad. Yep, they have. And I was starting to get rid of all the cavalry units. And with the cavalry units shut down, I knew I was confident. So I'd done that without using any of my major reinforcements. So here's some more Black Alliances. Black Knights of the Alliances even. Got some peasant bowmen coming in as well. So all that was not needed. So now what I had to do was pick my fights, make sure I didn't use too many troops. So I really wanted to push forward and well, give Mr. Yin and Yinko a bit of a taste of his own medicine. I got a bit adventurous. I thought, alright, vampire, get in there. Now, if memory serves, the healing of King Yin and Yinko is ridiculous. I don't think I could grind him down. I don't think I killed him. I seem to remember him being still annoying at the end of the fight, but we'll come back to that. And as you can see, we're starting to grind him down. And there it is, a mass rout. Perfect. Well, maybe not a complete mass rout. We've got a couple of units still bravely fighting on. Not exactly sure why. And then we've got, of course, a few units in the back here. So there we go. That was a nice little fight. I thought I'd share with you because it just came up as I was doing getting my next video ready. I thought I'll put it on my channel because I've fully enjoyed the fight. It was a really good spectacle. So let's speed up because this will rubbish down. I can show you the end screen. Not that we can see everything, but we can see a bit of it at least. And so my crypt towers come back in. Which unit is that? Oh, there they are. That's the last ones. Shattered. Come on. And we're done. Perfect. Let's end the replay there. And there we are. So as you can see, we had, let's do some math there, 3,600. Possibility of nearly 5,000 troops, if my maths is correct. That's about right. Yep. That is a ridiculous amount. Thankfully, they need that money, and as you can see, they weren't exactly small. 3,000 troops they deployed. So that's probably on the screen at any time. It's probably about 3,000 to 4,000 easily. Hell of a fight. So let's have a look at what damage I did. So crypt towers did pull their weight. I'm so glad I recruited these before I started this fight. Because I'm trying to save up money. I'm trying to get Mousillon based as a good strong foot point of an anchor point to my campaign. So it can dig after itself. Didn't have to worry about it. And hopefully, as I get further into my current campaign, I can show you where I was up to. And hopefully I get what I need for the next skill tree. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that little insight into my Boyz campaign. And I'll see you in my next video.